Picture this. You're in a world where a call to arms just echoes across Europe.
Oh, wow.
And it ignites this fervor
Okay.
so intense that thousands are abandoning their homes and their families,
Wow.
embarking on this incredibly perilous journey to a distant land.
Yeah.
That land was Jerusalem,
Okay.
the year 1099.
Okay.
And that journey marked the beginning of the First Crusade,
Right.
a monumental clash of civilizations, faith, and ambition.
Yeah.
And today, we're going to unravel the story of this historical turning point.
Okay.
We're going to dissect the events that led to its eruption.
Right.
We're going to examine the motivations of the diverse individuals who were caught in its tide
Uh-huh.
and ponder the enduring ripple effects that reach us even now.
Okay.
So the First Crusade didn't just suddenly explode onto the scene.
Right.
It emerged from a complex web of historical circumstances.
It did.
And one key thread in this web was the waning power of the Byzantine Empire.
Absolutely.
Ah, the Byzantine Empire.
Yeah.
For those who might need a refresher, could you paint us a picture of their world?
Well, for centuries, the Byzantine Empire dominated the Eastern Mediterranean.
Okay,
It was a bastion of power and culture bridging Europe and the Middle East.
I see.
They wielded a strong military, a sophisticated administration, and immense influence,
Wow.
particularly within Christendom.
A formidable force indeed.
Yes.
What led to their decline?
Well, their decline was gradual,
Okay.
but a pivotal blow came in 1071 at the Battle of Manzikert.
Okay.
They faced the Seljuk Turks, a formidable nomadic force that had been sweeping across Asia Minor,
Okay.
and they suffered a crushing defeat.
The Seljuk Turks.
Yes.
I'm sensing they play a crucial role in this story.
Oh, a very crucial role.
Tell us more about them.
Picture these warriors on horseback, masters of archery and swift maneuvers,
Yeah.
surging out of Central Asia to forge a vast empire across the Middle East.
Okay.
By the 11th century, they'd become a major power, posing a serious threat not only to the Byzantines, but also to the wider Christian world.
So the Byzantines, weakened by their defeat,
Yes.
were grappling with this rising power.
They were.
How does Jerusalem, the epicenter of the First Crusade,
Right.
factor into all of this?
Well, the Seljuks didn't stop with Anatolia.
Oh.
In 1078, they seized control of Jerusalem,
Okay.
a city revered by Christians, Muslims, and Jews alike.
Uh-huh.
For Christians, this was a devastating blow.
Right.
Jerusalem, the site of Christ's crucifixion and resurrection,
Right.
held profound spiritual significance.
Yeah.
Its loss sparked outrage and fear across Christendom.
It's easy to imagine the shockwaves this sent through the Christian world.
It was palpable.
But how did this outrage translate into a full-blown crusade?
Yeah.
Who lit the fuse?
Well, the catalysts were two powerful figures.
Okay.
Byzantine Emperor Alexius III Comnenus
Okay.
and Pope Urban II.
Okay.
Alexius was desperate to regain lost territory and stem the Seljuk advance. And he saw an opportunity in the Christian world's fervor.
I see.
He appealed to Pope Urban for assistance.
A strategic move indeed.
Very much so.
And how did the Pope receive this plea?
Sure.
Was it purely out of religious concern?
The Pope saw multiple opportunities in this crisis.
Okay.
He could potentially unite the fractured powers of Europe under a common religious banner. He could strengthen papal authority.
Okay.
And he could even bridge the divide between the Catholic and Orthodox branches of Christianity,
Okay.
a schism that had long troubled the Church.
So there were layers of motivation at play here.
There were.
A mix of political and spiritual objectives.
Absolutely.
How did Pope Urban actually galvanize the Christian world into action?
His instrument was a speech
Okay.
so powerful that it echoed across Europe and ignited a firestorm of religious zeal.
Wow.
In 1095, at the Council of Clermont,
Okay.
Pope Urban II issued a call to arms,
All right.
urging Christians to liberate Jerusalem from Seljuk control. He framed it as a holy war, a righteous struggle against infidels, promising those who fought forgiveness of their sins and a guaranteed place in heaven.
A potent promise.
Oh, yes.
What was the response?
Well,
Did people truly drop everything and march towards Jerusalem?
the response was overwhelming.
Wow.
Fueled by religious fervor and the promise of both spiritual and earthly rewards.
Okay.
Thousands heeded the call.
Wow.
Knights, peasants, merchants, men and women from all walks of life joined the ranks, embarking on an arduous and perilous journey eastward.
What a logistical challenge that must have been.
It was.
Can you paint us a picture of this journey?
Sure.
What were some of the major trials they faced?
Imagine a vast throng of humanity.
Okay.
A sea of faces filled with both zeal and trepidation, winding its way across Europe towards the distant Holy Land.
Right.
They faced hardship from the outset.
Okay.
Disease, hunger, and even attacks from hostile forces along the way.
A grueling journey indeed.
It was.
Were there any specific events or challenges that particularly stand out?
Well, one stands out as a particularly grim ordeal.
Okay.
The Siege of Antioch in 1097, a strategic city on the road to Jerusalem, proved to be a brutal test of the Crusaders' resolve.
I see.
They endured a grueling 8-month siege.
Oh, wow.
Plagued by constant attacks, dwindling supplies, and outbreaks of disease.
Oh, gosh.
Some accounts even speak of cannibalism.
Wow.
Among the desperate Crusaders.
A grim reminder of the cost of this holy war.
It was.
How did they manage to overcome this challenge?
A mix of luck and betrayal. A deal was struck with an Armenian guard within the city, who, motivated by his conversion to Christianity, opened a gate for the Crusaders, allowing them to storm and capture Antioch.
A turning point in their journey.
Absolutely.
So they finally reached Jerusalem in 1099.
They do.
The culmination of their arduous pilgrimage.
Yes.
What happens next?
They lay siege to the city, battering its walls for over a month.
Wow.
Finally, they breached the defenses. And, well, the events that followed are a chilling reminder of the dark side of religious fervor.
Right.
The Crusaders, fueled by zeal and years of hardship, unleashed a horrific massacre.
Oh, my God.
Slaughtering thousands of the city's inhabitants.
Oh.
Regardless of faith or age.
A dark chapter indeed.
It was a very dark chapter.
So with the capture of Jerusalem, does that mark the end of the First Crusade?
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
They had achieved their primary objective,
right,
planting the Christian flag upon Jerusalem.
Right.
But this was far from the end of the story.
Oh.
The First Crusade was just the first act in a much longer drama.
I see.
The opening chapter of a centuries-long struggle for control of the Holy Land.
So the capture of Jerusalem was just the tip of the iceberg.
Very much so.
We've covered a lot of ground already.
We have.
But there's still so much more to unearth.
There is.
If you're finding this journey through history as captivating as we are,
I hope so.
Stay with us.
Yeah.
There's much more to explore.
Absolutely.
As we delve deeper into the heart of the First Crusade.
Deeper and deeper.
Yeah. It's easy to look back at historical events like the First Crusade and make judgments based on our modern values. But to truly understand what happened, we need to step back and view it through the lens of the time.
Exactly. It's tempting to reduce the First Crusade to just a simple narrative of good versus evil.
Right.
But the reality is far more nuanced to grasp its significance. We need to delve into that complex tapestry of motivations that drove those who participated.
Okay, let's unravel that tapestry. We've touched on religious fervor, of course.
Of course.
But were there other factors at play that spurred individuals to join this perilous journey?
Well, religion undoubtedly played a central role, but wasn't the only driving force.
Right.
For some, the crusade presented an opportunity for personal gain, a chance to acquire land and wealth in a new territory. Remember, Europe in the 11th century was experiencing population growth and land scarcity. The prospect of conquering new lands held a powerful allure for many.
So alongside the spiritual rewards, there were potential material benefits as well.
Absolutely.
Did political ambition also factor into the equation?
Absolutely. For many nobles, the crusade offered a chance to enhance their prestige and power.
Okay.
It was an opportunity to prove their military prowess, gain favor with the church, and potentially expand their domain.
It sounds like a complex mix of individual aspirations intertwined with larger political and religious currents.
Precisely. And this complexity is key to understanding the Crusade's impact.
Right.
It wasn't just a monolithic force driven by a single ideology.
Right.
It was a collection of individuals and groups, each with their own motivations and goals.
Fascinating. It really humanizes this historical event. Did the average crusader see themselves as conquerors or liberators?
To them, it was undoubtedly a holy war.
What?
A righteous campaign to reclaim the sacred land of Christendom from those they perceived as infidels.
Right.
Their faith was a powerful motivating force, providing a sense of purpose, justifying their hardships, and even sanctioning their use of violence.
It's remarkable how religious belief can inspire such fervent devotion.
It's a testament to the power of faith to shape individual perceptions and actions
Uh-huh.
for both good and ill, and this duality is something that reverberates throughout the history of the Crusades.
You mentioned that Pope Urban II had his own motivations for launching the First Crusade.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on those?
Well, the Pope saw the Crusade as a means to solidify his authority within Christendom.
Okay.
By uniting European forces under a common religious banner, he aimed to strengthen papal power and assert his leadership over secular rulers.
So the Crusade wasn't just a religious campaign, it was also a power play within the Christian world.
Precisely. And this interplay of religious and political motives is a recurring theme throughout the Crusades.
Right.
It highlights the complex relationship between church and state during the medieval period.
We've explored the various motivations behind the Crusade, but what about the long-term consequences?
Right.
How did this event shape the world, and what echoes of it resonate even today?
That's where things get particularly intriguing.
Okay.
The First Crusade marked a watershed moment in the relationship between the East and West.
Okay.
Between Christianity and Islam, it ignited a cycle of conflict and mistrust that would continue for centuries.
So it wasn't just a single event, it was the beginning of a much larger story.
Exactly. The establishment of Crusader states in the Holy Land following the First Crusade led to ongoing clashes with Muslim powers,
Right.
deepening existing tensions and sowing the seeds for future conflicts.
It's almost as if the First Crusade cast a long shadow over history.
It did, and that shadow is still visible in many ways.
Oh.
The relationship between the West and the Islamic world, even today,
Right.
bears the imprint of those historical encounters. And sadly, the Crusades are sometimes invoked even now, often for political purposes,
Right.
or to justify acts of violence and intolerance.
That's a sobering thought. It seems history can cast a very long shadow indeed.
It can, and that underscores the importance of studying history.
Right.
Not just to understand the past, but to grapple with its complexities and learn from its lessons.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that the choices made centuries ago can have reverberations that reach us even now. It's not just about dates and battles.
No.
It's about understanding the human story, the forces that drive us, the consequences of our actions, and the enduring legacy of the past.
Absolutely.
Speaking of legacy, we've talked about the impact on the Middle East and the relationship between Christianity and Islam. But did the First Crusade also leave its mark on Europe?
It most certainly did. The Crusade had profound consequences for the internal dynamics of Europe as well.
Okay.
For instance, it contributed to the rise of papal power.
Okay.
Pope Urban II, by successfully launching the First Crusade, demonstrated the Church's ability to mobilize and unite Christian forces,
Right.
significantly enhancing papal authority and influence within Europe.
So the Crusade played a role in solidifying the Pope's position within the Christian world.
Exactly. It strengthened the papacy and helped pave the way for the Church's dominance in medieval Europe.
Right.
This rise in papal power would have significant implications for the political and religious landscape of Europe for centuries to come.
It's fascinating to see how this one event, the First Crusade, had such a ripple effect,
It did.
touching not only the Middle East, but also transforming the power structures within Europe itself. Were there any other notable impacts on European society?
Beyond the political sphere, the Crusades also stimulated trade between Europe and the East. As Crusaders traveled to and from the Holy Land, they brought back new goods and ideas, introducing Europeans to Eastern cultures, technologies, and commodities. This exchange of knowledge and goods had a lasting impact,
I see.
influencing European art, architecture, and even cuisine.
So amidst the conflict and bloodshed, there was also a flow of cultural exchange and innovation.
Precisely, it's a reminder that even the most tumultuous events can have unexpected and sometimes positive consequences.
Like finding a silver lining in a very dark cloud.
Exactly, and those silver linings, those cultural exchanges and advancements played a crucial role in shaping the course of European history.
Right.
The Crusades, for all their violence and destruction, also served as a catalyst for change, bringing new ideas and influences that would contribute to Europe's eventual emergence from the medieval period.
It seems the First Crusade was a truly pivotal moment in history, sparking centuries of conflict, reshaping the relationship between East and West, and having lasting impacts on both Europe and the Middle East. We've covered a lot of ground, but before we wrap up, I'd like to ask you, from your perspective as a historian, what's the most enduring legacy of the First Crusade? What's the one thing that stands out as particularly significant?
That's a great question, and it's a difficult one to answer definitively.
Right.
But if I had to choose one element that has truly resonated through history, it would be the way the First Crusade cemented the notion of holy war in the Western consciousness.
Okay.
The idea that warfare could be not only justified but also sanctified by religious belief took root during this period
No.
and would have far-reaching consequences for centuries to come.
A powerful and sobering thought. It's a concept that sadly continues to resonate, even today, reminding us of the complex and often dangerous interplay between faith and violence.
It does, and it highlights the enduring power of ideas.
Right.
How concepts that emerge in a specific historical context can continue to influence human behavior and shape the course of events long after their origins.
It's a stark reminder that history is not just a collection of events in the past. It's a living force that shapes our present and future. Well, we've delved into the depths of the First Crusade, exploring its causes, its key players, the brutality of the conflict, and its complex and far-reaching impact. It's been a fascinating journey, hasn't it?
It certainly has, and it underscores the importance of continually revisiting and reinterpreting history,
Right.
of grappling with its complexities and drawing lessons from its triumphs and its tragedies.
Absolutely. It's through that process of exploration and critical analysis that we can truly learn from the past and perhaps even illuminate the path forward.
Mm.
It's incredible to think about how one event, the First Crusade, had such a ripple effect throughout history. It's like dropping a stone in a pond and just watching those waves spread outward, touching these distant shores.
It's a perfect analogy, and those ripples weren't just felt in the Middle East. As we've discussed, the First Crusade had profound consequences for Europe as well,
Right.
shaping its political landscape, its religious institutions, and even its cultural identity.
We've talked about the rise of papal power and the stimulation of trade.
Yeah.
Were there any other long-term impacts on Europe worth highlighting?
Well, one fascinating consequence was the way the First Crusade shifted European perspectives on the wider world.
Okay.
Before the Crusades, Europe had been relatively isolated, focused inward,
Wow.
but that experience of traveling to the East, encountering different cultures and civilizations,
Right.
really broadened their horizons and sparked a new curiosity about the world beyond Europe's borders.
So the Crusades, despite their violence and upheaval, actually opened a window to the wider world for Europe.
They did, and this newfound awareness had a lasting impact. It contributed to a gradual shift in European consciousness, paving the way for the era of exploration and expansion that would follow in later centuries.
It's remarkable how such a tumultuous event could plant the seeds for such profound transformations. We often think of the Crusades in terms of their immediate impact, the battles, the conquests, the religious fervor,
Right.
but as these subtle long-term consequences that are perhaps even more significant.
I agree. It's those enduring ripples that continue to shape the world we live in today. The First Crusade was not just a clash of armies. It was a clash of ideas, a clash of cultures, a clash that continues to resonate in the tapestry of human history.
Well said. It's a reminder that history is not just a collection of dates and names. It's a complex web of interconnected events, ideas, and personalities. A tapestry that continues to unfold and reveal new patterns and meanings as we explore its intricate threads.
Precisely. And it's a tapestry that invites us to engage with it, to question our assumptions, to challenge our perspectives, and to delve deeper into the rich and often unsettling narratives that have shaped our world.
I think we've successfully navigated this deep dive into the First Crusade. We've explored its causes, its key players, the brutality of the conflict, and its complex and far-reaching impact. It's a story filled with ambition, faith, violence, and cultural exchange, a testament to the enduring power of the past to shape our present.
Well said. It's a story that continues to challenge and intrigue us, prompting us to ask difficult questions about the nature of faith, the allure of power, and the enduring legacy of human choices.
And for all of our listeners who are now hooked on history, be sure to subscribe to The Deep Dive. We've got more fascinating journeys through time coming your way.